Hello and welcome. My name is Peter Norman and I'm a Master Coach with the Certified Coaches Federation. And this is the second in my 5-part series looking at the 10 things you should know when trying to choose a life coach training course and certification program. Now, if you haven't had a chance yet to take a look at the first part of the series, I would recommend it. It covers 2 of the most common questions that people ask when looking for a life coach training course, and it identifies some of the key challenges and opportunities that are out there in life coach training. Today, in part 2, we're going to look at 2 very different aspects of life coach training. First, I'm going to compare online and in-person training, and we're going to discuss the strengths and weaknesses of both. Then I want to take a few minutes and talk about what kind of value you should be looking for when you select a life coach training course. You need to understand that the course itself and the training that you get is important, but also what kind of support are you going to get after you graduate, and how are they going to help you to build your practice. Then I want to spend a couple of minutes and talk about the question of what's the difference between a coach, a consultant, and a therapist. And then finally, I guess we'll ask the most important question of all. Is life coaching the right choice for you? And does it offer you the opportunities that you are looking for? So, where should we begin? Well, let's go back and talk about the different delivery systems that are available for life coach training these days. And let's begin by talking about online training. Now, online training has exploded in the last 5 years, and there are literally thousands of courses available across the internet. Some of them are very reasonably priced, some are very expensive, and some are very inexpensive. Now, the benefit of these courses is they offer the opportunity for people to be able to study at their own pace at home or at work while they transition from their existing career into their life coach career. They also tend to be fairly well-structured courses and provide great understanding of the theories and principles behind coaching. Where they tend to fall down, though, is that they don't allow you the opportunity to work with other people and to spend time in an environment where you can actually talk to others and apply your ideas practically. Look, life coach training is all about relationship and connections, and helping the student to understand that that's the nature of being a life coach. When you're a life coach, people are asking you to help them to achieve the most important goals in their lives, and they're trusting you and hoping that you will understand what they need to do to get to where they want to go. Unfortunately, online training just doesn't offer the ability for people to test the theories and concepts in a more practical way. Now, if we take a look at in-person training, that's where you get the opportunity to do these things. Most in-person courses are designed with a significant amount of time built into them to allow for you to work with your colleagues and other students, and also to work with your trainer and instructor in applying theories, concepts, and principles in a very practical way, but in a practical way governed by the safety of a training environment. Well, that sounds wonderful, and you're probably thinking to yourself, well, that's it, in-person's the answer. But you still have to be very careful when looking at in-person training courses. As I discussed in the first part of the series, the real challenge here is the huge difference in cost and the time it takes to complete one of the programs. I mean, most of us don't have years and thousands of dollars to spend in completing a life coach training course. And the problem is that so many of the courses out there, to justify their rather high prices and the expense, feel the need to stretch the program out as long as they can and to put in as many different things that they think they can teach you. This is really referred to in the business as course filler, and often what you're being taught is things that you already know, things that you don't even need to know to be a life coach. It's just there to make you feel more comfortable about spending the kind of money that they're asking for. One of the things I think everyone should focus on when they're looking at a life coach training course is to ask themselves, are the things I'm being asked to study, are the things that I'm looking at here directly related to my ability to be a life coach and to begin my career as a life coach? If there's a whole lot of stuff outside of that, it's probably filler, and to be honest, you're going to pay for that. Now, take a look at the Certified Coaches Federation. That's an organization that has brought together experts in understanding how coaching works. And what they've done is refined a program to only cover that which is necessary to be a life coach. The program is designed for people with vast life experience and people who already may have transitioned through a career or may have spent years working in another environment and now believe that this is what they want to do. But the program is designed with both a practical component and an incredible basis based on strong theory and understanding of coaching principles. And by the end of the intensive workshop period, people come out having tested practically the theories and ideas that they've learned, and they feel confident that they can sit down with a client and actually develop the relationship they need to help that person achieve their goals. Well, I hope that sort of gives you a broad idea of what's out there in terms of courses. What I want to do now, though, is talk about what value you should be looking for when you select a course. Look, the first thing to say is, if you're looking at courses that are going to take longer than you want to spend and more money than you've got, they don't have value. If you're looking at a course that doesn't allow you to work practically with others and to test the theories and principles of coaching in a real environment, you're not getting value. And finally, I would say, if you're looking at a program that has limited support beyond graduation, that doesn't allow you to continue to study with them for a period of a year or 2 years, and doesn't allow you to move up and increase your qualifications as you go forward, you're looking at a program that doesn't have value. Value is about helping you to take the most basic learning right through the most sophisticated learning that there's out there in coaching and support you while you establish your business and your practice, and to allow you to come back over time and to touch again the theories and ideas and to develop as a professional coach. Well, I hope that gives you an idea of what value is all about. And when you're out there looking, please take the time to understand that the program itself is not all you need to be looking at. What you need to be understanding is, what's the long term on this? Now, next question that I wanted to touch with people, and it's one that comes up a lot, and it is something that people debate a great deal in the coaching industry. What's the difference between a coach, a consultant, and a therapist? Now, there are a lot of experienced coaches out there who probably can't define it for you properly, but the truth is, it's a pretty simple way to look at it. Coaches are about actions. Your job is to help otherwise healthy people to set goals for their lives and then to help them achieve it by building a plan, providing motivation and support. That's what you're there to do. You're not there to become involved in why they have the problems or what causes them to not be able to do the things. That's therapy. And that's something that a trained professional in that area should be dealing with. And if you do come across that and find yourself talking about those kinds of issues, you should probably direct your client ultimately back to a therapist who might be able to help them. The other thing it isn't consultancy. It's not about you creating the solutions for your client. It's not about you stepping back and analyzing them and then coming forward and saying, this is how your life should look. It's about you partnering with your clients, developing plans, and then you supporting and motivating them as they get themselves to where they want to go. I hope that makes it clear, and we will talk about that again, I'm sure. It is one of the biggest questions and issues that are out there in coaching today. Well, finally today, I just want to touch on one last thing. Is life coaching the right thing for you? And does it provide the opportunity for you to do the things you want? Well, in the last 10 years, life coaching has gone from a very, very small industry to a multi-billion-dollar industry now. And you have to remember that 60% of companies still use coaching as some part of their management program. So it is a still ongoing and developing thing. So there's lots of opportunity for you out there. The real question you need to ask is it the thing you want to be doing? Do you want to spend your time helping people to achieve their goals? Do you believe that you're the kind of person that can inspire others to do their best? If you believe that, then you should go out and find a training program, and you should get yourself out there and help people. Well, look, thanks for your time today. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments that you'd like to make, you can contact me at the address there on the screen, or you can email me at peter@certifiedcoachesfederation.com, or if you want to, you can call me directly on the numbers that will be coming up on the card after we've finished. Well, one last thing before we go. The future is something that isn't set yet. No one knows what's going to happen. Your role in that is to define your future for yourself. So decide what you want to be and become it. Take care, and thanks for listening.